are still looking for the shooter.
In a West Philadelphia neighborhood called The Bottom, there is little way up.
It's not much here. Killings, violence, drug deals, people, just constantly fighting. No one's happy, It's just it's the bottom of, society.
Growing up, Kareem Rosser feared these streets.
I used to live right here. This is my old house. My younger sisters watched my uncle, get murdered right across the street from here. Some guy just, runs out of this alley here.
This alley here?
Yeah, and then just, open fire.
For Kareem, now 18, the only way up was to get out, to the unlikeliest of places, a world he didn't even know existed, and a game known as the Sport of Kings.
I knew nothing about polo. I mean, maybe the clothing line. I was oblivious to the fact that polo was actual and real sport.
Kareem's journey started here 10 years ago when he was 8 years old. Deep inside of Philadelphia Park, 3 miles away from his house, his 2 older brothers had stumbled on Chamonix Stables. There, Kareem met a woman who was teaching kids like him how to ride horses and play polo for free.
That's it, Kareem, that's 3.
You know what polo is all about. It's a wealthy man's sport. It's very expensive. It's very exclusive. What made you think, yeah, that'll fit my kids in polo?
I didn't think about it. I just did it. I just did it. I didn't really care.
In exchange, the kids had to help around the barn in a program called Work to Ride. To stay, they had to keep their grades above a C. If they slipped, they got tutored. If they cursed, they got soap.
I used to curse a lot when I was younger. Bad words. Like, F you, F this, I don't want to do this, S, stuff like that. And let's just put soap in my mouth.
But more than discipline, more than routine, the stables came to mean safety, especially for Kareem.
I was thrown onto a pony, and I knew there I was, captured. That was, my moment that I want to ride horses for the rest of my life, and I don't want to do anything else.
Never was home. During the weekday, they get up in the morning, 7, go to school. From school, they go straight to the horse stable, do their tutoring, do their tours. Then they come home, they go to sleep. This is the same old routine every day. On the weekends, I don't see them at all. As long as I ain't have to worry about them in the streets or something happening to them.
Kareem joined the Work to Ride polo team when he was 9. It was the only African-American polo team in the country, and the only group of low-income inner-city kids to play the club sport.
Hey, you black truck, you gonna crack in your window.
You couldn't help notice how everyone else was looking at us. All the white folks were looking at us. We would start wrestling, start fighting, and just being kids. We were wearing our baggy clothes, and we talked like we were from the streets. A lot of the young Caucasian teenagers would come up and just say, "Hey, what's going on, man? What's up, bro?" Just automatically want to do this, this hip hop talker. And the kids would always ask us, "Hey, you guys got any drugs so we can buy from you?"
Kareem and his teammates relied on hand-me-down equipment, mediocre horses, and no practice facilities.
They weren't very good. They didn't ride very well. They're cantering along, and they're just, and they're almost falling over like a sack of potatoes on top of the horse,
While the kids struggled to earn a place in the polo world, their world and its troubles were never far. One of Kareem's closest friends on the polo team was 14-year-old Mecca Harris.
Mecca was a tomboy, and she was an awesome rider. Could ride any horse, could do anything.
Mom, Mecca, well done!
She picked up polo like that.
On an October evening in 2003, just hours after Leslie and Kareem brought Mecca home from polo practice, Mecca, her mother, and her mother's boyfriend were shot and killed inside their house, just 5 minutes from where Kareem lived.
It crushed me. That just gave me another reason why I didn't want to be home. I was just afraid of everything. I didn't really want to walk the streets. I didn't want to be outside. I had terrible nightmares. It just scared the crap out of me.
He escaped more often to the stables, to the horses, to polo. Sadly, with the tragedy came opportunity. Kareem took Mecca's starting spot on the team, next to his older brother Jabbar, whose talents were beginning to put the team on the map.
Ooh, nice back flip.
Playing with Jabbar was like, the best. It was awesome because he was really good. He was popular in the polo community. Everybody wanted Jabbar to come play on their team. He was getting calls from all over the country.
Over the next 2 years, the team started winning. And in 2005, Kareem's brother helped them qualify for their first interscholastic tournament, where the best of the country's 50 junior and high school polo teams compete for the national championship. They lost in the semifinals, and soon after, lost more.
Unfortunately, Jabbar, he decided to take a different path.
What role do you think the streets played?
Played a major role, and I'll be honest, it definitely kept him away from here. At the end of the day, we still got to go back there. You have all these people influencing you to do, all the things, but you really have to be very, mentally strong and say, hey, that's not what I want to do. And for some kids, they can do it, and some they can't.
What came next for Kareem's brother were drug charges and a jail term. What came next for Kareem was taking over Jabbar's spot as team captain.
It just made me wanted to work even harder. That's why I wanted to be out riding 24/7. I wanted to develop my polo skills very fast, and I took every opportunity that was, presented to me. I understood, what those opportunities were going to bring later in life.
Forward, march! Forward, march!
First came a polo scholarship to nearby Valley Forge Military Academy, where he started 8th grade. He continued to play on the Work to Ride team when his little brother Damar and friend Brandon both got starting spots. Over the next few years, the boys got closer and got better.
They're students of the game. They spend hours and hours analyzing tapes, watching the best play and trying to emulate them and put their knowledge base, to work.
By the 2010-2011 season, Kareem's senior year, the team was so good, no other high school team in their region would play them. So they played and beat top college programs such as Cornell, UConn, and Harvard.
We got whipped, simply stated. Very quickly it became apparent that they'd played together a lot, that they knew their strengths and weaknesses, that one would make a little cute shot here that the other would pick up automatically, and our guys would be a second and a half late.
We were playing with a 9th grader and a 10th grader. Playing against 19 and 20-year-old guys who have been playing polo all their lives and who come from polo families. And we're winning.
On March 10th, 2011, Kareem and the team made it to Charlottesville, Virginia to compete in the Interscholastic Polo National Championship. Their opponent, Baltimore Polo Club, an historically dominant team.
I couldn't even eat in the morning. My mind was on the game, and I was just visioning, just making plays. The ball was bowled in, and we went out immediately and scored right away.
The match was intense. Each of the boys fell off their horses for the first time in the same game.
When you get in that moment, nothing really, stops you from taking any type of crazy shot. When your mind's on the game, when your mind is on a, national title, you don't care about falling.
Work to Ride was ahead 21-13 going into the 4th and final period. But within 3 minutes, Baltimore scored 4 unanswered goals.
Those moments when you have to stay composed and, as a team captain, you take those guys and bring them to the side. We need to get it together. Stop making these dumb mistakes.
What are you doing?
We came in within 2 goals. And then I think Kareem and his younger brother just made some amazing plays. And the next thing you know, it was back to a 5-goal spread.
I didn't relax until there was a minute to go and we were up by 5. And I just kind of breathed a little bit and just kind of waited for the buzzer to sound.
They had done what had never been done before. The first African-American team to win a national polo championship.
We grabbed each other and we hugged and, we just had a huge smile on our face.
It was just a super, super, super great feeling. It was just awesome.
Kareem Anthony Ross.
3 months after winning the championship in June, Kareem became the first in his family to graduate high school.
That moment, when I walked across the stage, it was, it felt amazing. I saw my mom crying, but I didn't want to look back because I knew I would cry too. I just want to be an example and show everyone that, this is what you need to do, and it's not difficult. You just got to work hard.
This month, Kareem was chosen Interscholastic Polo Player of the Year. He's attending a junior college in upstate New York and has been asked to join the polo team at Ivy League Cornell University next year.
I can honestly say without polo, I really don't know how possible any of it would have been. Polo has led me to do great things and to achieve things that I'd never thought as a young boy that I would be doing.